Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Todd Chrisley humorously ripped into daughter Savannah's Masked Singer stint, but he also gave her a compliment. Life has no doubt been a whirlwind once more for the Chrisley family in the week since Todd and Julie were given a presidential pardon from Donald Trump that allowed the couple to end their respective prison sentences and return home to spend time with the rest of their thankful family members. Speaking of being thankful, the clan's patriarch seemed pretty appreciative that he was able to avoid witnessing daughter Savannah Chrisley's hilariously terrible appearance on The Masked Singer. Daughter Savannah has kept busy defending her parents from rumor mongers, while also working with others on a new reality TV show focusing on the family. So it was quite surprising to see the popular podcaster showing up inside the Afghan hound costume in The Masked Singer's Wizard of Oz episode from season 11, even though it was no surprise that she was eliminated, given how cringy the performance was even for this series. She told Sigma Blend she'd never seen the movie, nor heard the song The Lion Sleeps Tonight. When Savannah Chrisley appeared with her parents on ABC News' Impact X Nightline, the Chrisleys' life after lockup, the largely heavy conversation hit a patch of levity when Fox's reality competition came up, as it was one of several TV projects she took on to support the family. For all of his assumed graciousness, Todd Chrisley was hilariously harsh with his assessment, or lack thereof, saying, "I missed The Masked Singer because I was embarrassed for her, but I knew she was going to do that. Because she cannot sing." Now the way Todd Chrisley say that didn't quite sound so wildly judgmental, but it is still very amusing to hear any celebrity say they avoided an offspring's TV appearance out of secondhand embarrassment. Don't ask me if I'd watch my own daughter go on that or any other reality show, because I'm gonna plead the fifth, possibly while also drinking from one. In any case, Savannah was not at all taken aback by her father's take, and actually doubled down in agreement, saying, "Yeah, that was awful." For all that he wasn't interested one bit in tuning into her Masked Singer episode to experience the audio wonders of the episode himself, Todd did give Savannah props for having the confidence and the gusto to go through with it in the first place. As he put it, "I guess the beautiful part of that is that she went and did that, and she didn't care how bad she was." Wahahaha, he still couldn't let that compliment close out without riving his kiddo one more time. Dads are ruthless, man. On the opposite side of the parental spectrum, Julie Chrisley said she did watch the episode, but without any memorable reactions to lean into. Maybe she thought it was better to just leave it alone. Don't poke the bear, or in this case, don't poke the screeching Afghan hound. If there's one thing Todd Chrisley has never been accused of, it's holding back his opinions. The former Chrisley knows best patriarch has built an entire reputation on sharp quips, unfiltered honesty, and that signature Southern drawl that makes even his harshest critiques sound almost charming. So when Savannah Chrisley recently revealed that she had taken the stage on The Masked Singer, dressed head to toe in sequins and feathers, while belting out pop classics, fans immediately wondered, what would Todd say? They didn't have to wait long. Savannah's turn under the spotlight was bold, playful, and, by her own admission, slightly terrifying. She's dabbled in hosting and reality television, but performing in a full costume with a panel of judges trying to guess her identity. That was a different kind of pressure. When she finally pulled off her elaborate mask during the unmasking episode, the crowd gasped, the judges clapped, and social media lit up. But back in Nashville, Todd was watching from his couch, already preparing his one-liners like a comedian sharpening his knives. I swear, Todd began on his podcast the next morning. When Savannah came out on that stage looking like a bedazzled flamingo, I thought to myself, well, Lord, there goes my retirement plan. flying off into the sky with jazz hands. The family laughed, but Savannah rolled her eyes in the way only daughters who have spent 20-plus years with Todd Chrisley can. "Dad," she countered, "it was a peacock, not a flamingo." Well, either way, Todd fired back, "You look like Big Bird's cousin, who spent too much money at Neiman Marcus." That was the Todd Chrisley brand of humor. Affectionate, biting, and impossible to ignore. He teased her stage strut, calling it a mix between Shakira and someone trying not to trip at prom. He poked fun at her vocal choices, joking that her high note sounded like my smoke alarm when the bacon's burning. He even ribbed the judges for pretending to be shocked when her mask came off. Ken Jeong was acting like he'd just seen the second coming of Elvis. Todd snorted. "Baby, it's Savannah. She's been in your TV for years." Y'all act surprised every time someone pays their Hulu bill. And yet, in the middle of the jabs, something else slipped through. Compliments. "Now don't get me wrong," Todd said, his tone softening just slightly. "Savannah looked stunning. That costume was gorgeous, and she carried herself with more confidence than I ever could. And Lord knows I can't sing, so at least she didn't inherit that part from me. I was proud. She went out there and did something most people would be too scared to even attempt. So yes, I laughed, but I also clapped." That was the Todd Chrisley paradox. Merciless with his humor, but quietly brimming with pride when it came to his children. His jokes may have been loud, but his admiration carried a quieter, more powerful weight. Savannah later admitted that her father's teasing didn't surprise her at all. "That's just Dad," she told a group of reporters. "If he didn't roast me, then I'd be worried. Honestly, him calling me a bedazzled bird is probably the highest compliment I'll ever get." And to her credit, she dished it right back. "I saw Dad try karaoke once," Savannah reminded everyone. Let's just say if he ever showed up on The Masked Singer, his mask would be the mute button. Fans were quick to pick sides in the playful Chrisley banter. Some posted clips of Todd's funniest digs, captioning them with laughing emojis. Others highlighted the heartfelt moment where he admitted his pride, applauding him for showing that softer side that sometimes gets buried under his wit. One fan summed it up best: "Todd Chrisley will drag you and hug you at the same time." That's real Southern parenting right there. It also highlighted something deeper about the Chrisley family dynamic. For all the scandals, legal battles, and public scrutiny they've endured, they've always had a way of finding levity in the middle of chaos. Humor has been their armor, and in this case, Savannah's Masked Singer stint gave Todd the perfect excuse to wield it. Behind the scenes, though, Savannah confessed the experience was more emotional than her father's jokes might suggest. Wearing the costume gave her a kind of freedom, she explained. Nobody judged her by her last name, her looks, or the tabloid headlines attached to her family. For a few minutes, she was just a voice, mysterious, anonymous, and unburdened. "It was one of the most liberating things I've ever done," she admitted. "Even if Dad thought I looked like a bedazzled flamingo."